items on our agenda. And Doug, were you going to give us some background on the consent agenda item?
Right, our policy with regard to the, let me just get the number.
Got A105?
I believe it is.
Okay.
This is just came to my attention, and we have a monthly budget report listed on there. We receive a monthly budget report every month, but technically it's not something that we approve, and we just need to take it off of the consent agenda as being approved. We'll still be receiving it, but and that was actually one of the frequent things that came up at ACCT too, that they mentioned that you don't actually approve the reports you're giving, you just accept them. You don't even need a formal notice to accept them by the very fact they're given.
So you're talking about 2B?
2B, just basically, we would just eliminate 2B.
Okay, and just so I'm clear, we get a monthly budget report from Vicki anyway.
Right.
It's in the report section.
It'll still be on the report, it just
Won't
won't.
be on.
There's nothing for you to.
I've noticed that. Do you have questions or comments on that, Susan? Okay.
Makes sense.
Then I guess we can go ahead and make a recommendation to the board at our, if it's in time for our agenda for Monday's meeting, that we, as a committee, would recommend removing that?
Yes.
Yep, okay, great, thank
And
you.
my understanding is then it'll be a first read and a second read because it's a policy.
Yes.
So you'll first read at this meeting with the revision and a second read at the February.
Great. Super. Okay, moving on to our second agenda item, which is recording of meetings. I think you probably all have a couple pieces of information. One of them is the cost estimates that we looked at the last time we were here, including some ideas. And then we had tabled the discussion so that we could get some information from our sister institutions. I personally attempted to track down Michigan State University. Some of the others of you were going to look things up, and it looks like staff got all of this for us. So we've got information from all of the community colleges and the universities as well with regard to whether or not they audio record and or video record, and what they do with that information if they do have it. And I think anyone, including the press, who would like a copy of this might be instructive for them. I know it was instructive for me. So with that, I will open it to the committee for thoughts, conversation.
Well, a comment I'd make is cost isn't the issue for me. If there's a demonstrated need or even a demonstrated desire, because I think those are two separate things, cost would not be something that would be the thing I would primarily look to. But there's been 2 months since I've been on the board, there has been no one not received a single call or a letter. And the President's office tells me, since this has been the only entity pushing this is the Record Eagle. I don't see the need for it. And I also believe that the public meetings provide a very good forum for people to come personally and listen to what we have to say. We've, in fact, despite what you might read in the paper, gone overboard in making our meetings public. As an example, this is a committee of the board, which is less than and has no final action. We've been publishing these and making them available as public meetings. We're not required to under the Public Meetings Act.
Well, let's stop.
So, well, but my point is that the idea of secrecy. I mean, there's nothing to back that up. And given the fact that this was published in the Record Eagle and people are advised it was a public meeting, and we don't have anyone here, that tells me something.
Okay, Susan, do you have any thoughts?
Well, I was, from the research, I was surprised to see that there were so many community colleges and colleges that even if they chose to audio record, didn't make it available to the public, that it was strictly for recordation of the event. And so if there's any value, it would be for that purpose only, and I don't think that need has been expressed by our staff.
Well, and I guess I would say, as we are seeing demonstrated here today by the camera in the corner, one can record a meeting anytime one wants to. I personally think it's nice to give notice if you're doing that, just because from a legal standpoint, of course, you like to give people notice if you're recording them. But for example, if we had an issue as a board that I felt I might want to have a record of things that I had said or that were being said, there's nothing to prohibit me from making an audio recording, to my knowledge, for my own use. I guess, like Doug, I would say that I was hoping to see some public today. I was hoping, because of the energy and the effort that the Record Eagle has put into promoting this issue, that we would see some public. And there is none. And I've had no one call me, I've had no one stop me in the street, and that's not my experience in other issues. I have had many other issues that have come before this board where people have called me, or stopped me in the street, or written me letters. None. Zero. So my thought would be that absent, again, a need, a demonstrated need, that at this point in time, I would support recommending to the full board that we not go forward. Obviously, we can revisit this issue should a need be shown, but I don't believe it's been shown. So I'm wondering how you all feel about, we need to make a recommendation to the board.
Well, my position all along has been, if there's a need, we'll do it. And this research does not demonstrate that. And I also haven't heard anything. I've asked a number of people in my circles, and there doesn't seem to be a need.
So are we, as a committee, are we supportive of making a recommendation to the full board that at this point in time we take no action on either audio or video recording our meetings?
That's my position.
That's my position also.
And that will be our recommendation to the full board for conversation